Welcome back to Marketing for Your Future. I am your host, David Benfield, and on this show, we speak to digital marketing experts from all across the United States to help make you a better digital marketing expert. Well, you wouldn't be an expert if you're watching the show. We're going to turn you into an expert in the process. So joining me today is Brian Dolan with WorkReduce. He's all the way up there in Washington, D.C. Brian, how you doing today?
Doing great, David. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me on.
It is my pleasure, I can assure you. So, Brian, if you wouldn't mind, could you just talk to us a little bit about WorkReduce?
WorkReduce is 100% about talent for media buying and media analytics. We have a team of people who work for our clients on either a kind of leased or contract or leased or consulting basis or through our service desk.
Very awesome. So talk to me about how you found your way into opening this company. Like, what did you see? What was the aha moment?
So, in my last life, I was a product manager at a demand-side platform, and we were building, AI-driven tools to automate ad buying. And what I saw was that throwing all the rocket science in the world at the problem of media buying did not solve all of the problems, and that there was a real kind of gap between the ability of the machines to solve the problem and the actual work that had to get done. And that also people were really pushing the tools we were building like all the way to the limits and beyond, and that there was a real kind of like talent opportunity around all this tech change that's still happening.
Very cool. That's great foresight for that. That's like finding a service that needs to happen and getting on top of it. So it's very cool. So let's talk about the future. Let's prognosticate a little bit. How do you see this industry changing over the course of, say, the next 2 or 3 years?
So, clearly we're at a point where a bunch of different forces are kind of coming to a head. One that I think we didn't all expect, and I'm really happy about, frankly, is the talent crisis. Right? A lot of people have said, "Hey, I'm fed up with this, and I really don't want to work 80-hour weeks in an agency or what have you." So we've got the talent crunch that's really evident right now. We've got a continuing wave of technology innovation and adoption. Right? There are new tools coming out. There are, all the way from the front of the house to the back of the house, people are going to continue to retool. Some of that is driven by privacy and regulatory changes. That's a third big force. And like all three of these things are coming together to make it probably the most exciting time to be in the ad industry in anybody's lifetime right now.
Wow. That sounds pretty exciting. There's got a lot of stuff coming on. So last question, but certainly not least, we fancy ourselves to be a bit of an educational program around here. So we like to give some tips, some advice, some best practices to new marketers. So what would your best piece of advice be? What's the one go-to thing that you do on a daily basis that helps you sustain your company and propel it into success?
Sure. I would say the number one thing that you can do as a marketer is get really comfortable manipulating data. And that's true for running my business, which is largely a staffing business, right? And for anyone as a marketer. So if you can get in there, do a pivot table, think with your head, ask questions about the data, look at the quality of the data, its origins, making sure that you have got data integrity and do things like that. Like, it's going to put you in such a powerful spot. If you can then add on capabilities like being able to use SQL, which is an unbelievably powerful tool, or something like R, right? Like, you're in the hot seat as a marketer. So I would say if you're a programmatic buyer right now, like, you're writing your own check.
Nice. Well, that doesn't sound like it sucks one bit.
Yeah, it's a good time. If you know Trade Desk, DV360, and you're good at buying in those platforms, you're a popular person right now.
Very cool. So last question, talk to me a little bit about that guitar, man. What do you got going on?
Yeah, that's my Martin. I'm a bad guitarist. I've been hacking away at this thing for like, I don't know, 10 plus years now, and I like to accompany myself when I sing, and generally try not to subject too many people to it. So yeah, it's a lot of
Yeah.
fun though. I really think that you're a better marketer, you're a better anybody if you have, a better professional in general. If you have some hobbies, interests, whatever, that's one of mine right there.
I would absolutely 110% agree. That is super good advice. Like, you need to have something else to do besides work. Well, so I'm not going
Take
to
your
ask you
mind
to
off
play.
this stuff, man.
Absolutely,
No
absolutely.
way.
Well, I won't ask you to play today. You're off the hook on that one, but we unfortunately are out of time for us today. So I want to say thank you very much for coming on the show and spending some of your day with us.
David, thanks for having me, man.
It's our pleasure, I assure you. So if you would like to learn more about WorkReduce, head to dailyadbrief.com. That's going to do it for us. So we'll catch you in the future, right? Have a great day, guys.